Hi. Okay, trying something new today. I wanted to send you all a message because I woke up with this, one of those moments of clarity or epiphany or something I wanted to share. So, what happened was I woke up sore. All right, yesterday I did a workout and I was, getting back into shape because I was sick before, so I skipped a couple weeks and then I had to do a half workout and then almost to a regular full workout again yesterday. And so I woke up and my body, like I felt it, right? I was sore in my legs, I was sore in my back, sore in my arms, etc. And a lot of times we think that, by the way, I will wrap this back to career, so don't worry. A lot of times we think that when we work out, it's going to be, all kind of fun and games. We're going to be so happy. It's going to feel so great, etc. And sure, you do get the endorphins or whatever. But a lot of times after you work out, you're in pain. Like it does not feel great. You might be quite sore. And that's the reality of it. Like, of course, we are working out safely and all that kind of thing. And doing what we are able to do in terms of moving the body. But, assuming that we are working out safely, even healthy working out will result in some discomfort, right? It's going to be uncomfortable sometimes if you are building muscles, stretching, pushing yourself. Um, so it made me think, right? What is your version in your career or in your leadership of feeling sore after a good workout? Because a good workout, done within the constraints of healthy movement and stuff for you, um, is good. It's healthy, right? We know that there's mental health benefits to that, there's physical health benefits to that. So the corollary in career to building your career skills, building your leadership acumen, building your communication and negotiation skills, self-advocacy skills, all of those things, like those things are good too. And I want to recognize that when we do that, and when we stretch ourselves in a healthy way and build those muscles, we oftentimes will feel some version of like this soreness after like a physical workout. So, to be clear, is it something like feeling really tired after a big presentation where you pushed yourself? Feeling exhausted after an interview? Super real. Feeling spent after sending out 10 networking outreaches? I know that happens to me with cold pitching or like cold outreach and things like that. Maybe it's feeling mentally drained after advocating for yourself or having a difficult conversation with somebody on your team or your supervisor or managing with like, difficult toxic folks in your workplace. Maybe it's feeling tired after doing a lot of deep thinking around your career and your leadership goals. I mean, this last one, I feel like we often ignore completely that it is very taxing, can be very draining to do this hard, deep, necessary work. So I want you to think about what is that version of feeling sore for you in your career, your leadership, because it's important to identify it. And it's important to make sure that you are in that zone, that stretch zone, that growth area just beyond your comfort zone on a regular basis if you want to see things really happen and change and move for you in your career. And also, because it's me, I'm going to talk about it. What is your career or leadership version of recovering after a good workout as well? Because that piece of it is super critical. We cannot be pushing ourselves all the time without letting there be that rest time, those rest days, the off period, the stretching, the rolling it out, etc. So maybe it is making sure that you stretch and roll and, do what you need to after you work out. Maybe it's rolling out your muscles or getting a massage every so often, things like that, taking a bath or a hot shower, laying down, doing some somatic poses, some restorative poses, whatever that is, Make sure you identify those things too in your career and your leadership. And, to get back to that like full battery, so to speak, is it resting or decompressing after all those things on the other slide where you have pushed yourself in your career and your leadership? Is it getting some fresh air perhaps? Is it laughing or quality time with loved ones? Is it taking breaks or micro rests? I know a lot of you, you're doing so much. There's so much on your plate, not only in your work life, but also your life. And so sometimes all we can do in certain seasons of our career is fit in the micro rest. Like literally, you know, doing some facial massage or stretching whenever you're waiting in a line or in an elevator or waiting for the train, something like that, that's the reality a lot of times. And no shade either. Like, do what you got to do what you can do, and that's okay. Or is it a completely different category of things, this recovery and recuperation after stretching yourself? It might be making systems, templates, or checklists that make it easier for you to do this the next time so that the next workout is easier. Maybe it's delegating to someone on your team or outsourcing something. And sometimes that requires some investment, and that's okay too, because we're all about working smarter and not harder. So tailoring this to whatever works for you at whatever stage you are in your career is crucial. So obviously not all of these things will apply, nor is this a fully comprehensive list, right? But I hope it will jog your brain, no pun intended, a little bit to think about what is this version of rest and recuperation for you after you've pushed yourself a bit in your career, because this is a marathon, not a sprint. I want you all to think about, how do you build the muscle